Good evening, chat. How we doing? Let's just get swapped over here. Or actually, I guess probably be better to swap over here first. This also gives me a chance to test how the stream music sounds. Because it's been a little bit since I've had to use this, so. Yeah, about there sounds fine. Disregard my son behind the chat. It's been a surprisingly good couple of days for Vanguard, and I hope that, nothing changes in the immediate future that makes me regret saying that. Alright, we get swapped over, and pause that. So this is it. This is the final stream for Ys Memoire, The Oath in Felghana. So, since last stream, because I did say that I was gonna grind a little, I don't remember what our HP was last time, but I can guarantee you it is much higher than it was last time. I believe whenever we stopped for the night, we were around like level 49, and now we're 53. So, I definitely spent a decent amount of time just, farming up enemies in this, back room here. You know, it basically got to the point now where I can just mulch some of the strongest enemies in the dungeon without much headache. Just run through them one more time to make a statement. Yeah, see, they go down like nothing. I also went back to Redmont and not only upgraded our current equipment, but I also went back and retroactively maxed out everything. I got as many of the health buffs, the health buffing items from the shop that I could. There is still another one in there, but it costs like I think 320,000 gold or something absurd like that, and I just didn't feel like grinding past that point. We're at the point now where even these enemies, which are like the biggest source of experience in the final dungeon, just don't like give enough even at double experience to make grinding up any higher worth it. But yeah, so we maxed out all the gear. Didn't get the trophy for it, I found. Apparently a number of the trophies in this game are just broken at the moment and just don't proc. And not even broken in the sense that, like, they're on a delay, like the rings were, for fully upgrading them. I believe there's ones for upgrading a weapon, shield, and armor to max on top of maxing out all of them, and none of those procced for me whenever I went through the list to check, so don't know what's up with that, but it is what it is. I have a sneaking suspicion with how hard I find this game on normal that I was never gonna end up going for the platinum on this anyway, because that requires you to beat it on the higher difficulties. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, I also, I did the same thing for this, layouts chat as well. I'm gonna try and start doing this for every game that I play on stream, and try and do some kind of, like, stylized background for the chat. Yeah, it's the reason why, you know, because to pull back the curtain a little, if I disable this, you can kind of see, like, what stuff is all behind it. So this is all just one layout that I have over, and the two main windows between the game and chat are just transparent. So this is at least something I can kind of customize a little bit, even though I really... So I can keep my normal layout, but still, like, customize it to match the game we're playing. Yeah, that being said, once we get done with the game proper, we, as you saw earlier, when I was on this layout, I also finally got in my Day 1 Refined Edition for the Switch version. So we're gonna dig into that once we get wrapped up here. So without further ado, I don't want to waste any more time. I've been really chomping at the bit to wrap this game up. Not that I'm in a rush per se. I've just been really excited to play it. And then once I have it done on stream, I can play it at my leisure for footage and the like. So that'll be fun. I think I saw there was something about New Game Plus for this game, so I don't know, that might be something I do. But without further ado, let's try and get a run back on Garland.
I've been expecting you, Adol. I suppose your presence here means that Sister Nell is no longer with us. How disappointing. I gave her one measly task to perform, but even that proved too much for her. Oh well. I'd grown somewhat fond of her, and I suppose that was my undoing. It blinded me to her utter worthlessness. Her faith was not strong enough, and in the end, only those who truly believe in the new God shall remain. But I am all he shall ever need. My body and soul I give to him in the ritual grounds at Ilburns. I feel a stirring. God awakens on the coming of the dawn. Humanity's pitiable, mewling existence will come to an end. And by God's true power, this world shall be remade into a paradise. Now, you shall bow down before his divine might.
Alright, round 2, motherfucker, let's go.
I can feel the power of the true God. I'll stop you. Don't feel a thing.
Oh yeah, we take way less damage now than what we did before. It's so funny to me that he just fucking nosedives at you. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Alright. I mean, that's fine. We're barely taking damage from this. Okay. I'm like, I didn't want to have to tank that. I would kind of like to actually learn the pattern. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, he's got a kind of desperation move.
He has already been set. No one can stop the revival of God. He is immortal.
I'm assuming I can go back and save. Oh, and I take it this is it. Just in case, I'm gonna throw this on. I was half expecting to need to save it. Like, I was hoping that I would have to save it for Galbalan, but I was prepared to save it for Garland instead if I needed to. Oh, damn. Seed of Evil, where all paths converge. And there's Elena. Oh, damn, girl.
No, please, you have to get out of here. The bishop said I was the key. He said the life force of Genos' descendant could be used to awaken Galbalan from his sleep. It's too late for me, so please, run. Get away while you still can. Adol, please! Run! Hurry!
Genos. I will never forget that sword or the white wings of its bearer. I loathed their radiance, the power they held over me. And I loathe those of dark will, who think to summon me for their own gain. I shall reclaim the Black Ark and regain my true powers. All will be reduced to rubble, and my name shall inspire fear and dread anew. Like hell it will!
Oh shit, Chester.
Chester! Why are you here?
Let me be a good brother. Just this once. Adol Kristen! Use Genos' sword to defeat him! If you do, the statues will seal away his power again!
Alright, let's go, dude.
I am the Alpha and the Omega. Humans are such fragile creatures. You shall know my power well.
Sinister marauder from afar, Galbalan. Here we go. Oh, I see.
You shall be one with the dirt. You shall be as ash in the wind.
Oop. Shit. Okay, still need fireballs for it. Okay. Oh, fuck. Ooh. Oh shit, I have no magic. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Oh, I like that. I like that they kind of force you to fight without magic for a bit. That's interesting. Ooh, okay. Gonna take it again. Oh. Dead Man's Folly. Fuck yeah, dude. This fucking rules, dude. Oh. Alright, hit me. Alright, we learn. Oh, and you have to keep dodging those throughout. Okay, I see. Oh, shit. Okay. Shit. Oh my god. Oh, that's fucking cool, dude.
It's already started to revive. I guess Genos' sword alone won't be enough.
Chester,
Over here, both of you.
I think he has some kind of plan.
It seems like it. A good one, I hope.
Hurry. Step onto the platform. All right. Now, give me the sword and the statues.
Oh, hell.
Adol handed the brave sword and all 4 statues to Chester.
All right. Now,
Chester, what in the world are you planning?
Helena, this is goodbye. Please, take care of yourself. Okay?
God damn it, man.
What? What are you saying?
Our ancestors left behind a means of destroying the entire island. It can focus the power of the statues to a breaking point, creating a massive explosion. Given how badly wounded Galbalan is, it's certain to destroy him for good.
Wait! So you're going to use that to blow up the island? Clearly, there's something else you're not telling me.
Elena, I'm staying here. I need to use Genos' sword to activate the device.
Wait, Chester! You can't be serious. If you do that, you'll be... No! You can't! You mustn't! There has to be some other way. Why? Why should you have to die for this?
I can never make amends for the atrocities I've committed. Perhaps this way, I can face our ancestors without feeling ashamed of the man I've become. Please, Elena, try to understand.
No! I don't understand! How can you possibly suggest something like this? If you go on living, you'll find a way to redeem yourself. I know you will. You have to know that our parents would never approve of this. So please, don't. Don't leave me alone again. You can't, Chester. You can't do this.
Elena, forgive me.
Oh, God.
Elena, you have to live. For me. Ado, please take care of her, and tell Dogi I'm sorry.
Fuck me, dude.
Now, Genos' mission, and the creature that's plagued this land for such a long time, will all be put to an end.
Ooh, shit.
Vile fiend. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're too late.
You go, old man. You go.
Damn it. We can't hold out much longer. Chester, is this your doing?
Holy shit. I know he said it'd wipe out the island, but god damn.
Chester.
Dumbass. Hey, Adol. I don't think you'll get her to come out. It's understandable, though. She lost Chester for real this time. She's probably in a lot of pain right now. Oh, don't look so dejected. You'll see her again someday, and she'll be fine. Come on, let's go, okay? We need to say our goodbyes to everyone before shipping off. Still early in the day, though, so we might have to make it quick. I imagine they'll all be pretty busy.
Oh, and Dogi actually follows us for this. That's cool.
So, Adol, you're leaving then?
Hey now, what's with that look? I know you're having a tough time dealing with what Sister Nell did. But look at it this way. Maybe she thought she was doing what she had to. She was just misguided.
Yes. You may be right. I remember when I first came here. She taught me everything I needed to know. Patient and understanding all the way. She never had an unkind word to say about anyone. Hard to believe that same person committed such atrocities at the bishop's behest. But I feel there was more to her than that. I think deep down, she really was the wonderful human being we all knew.
Yeah, I think you're right. To be honest, I never knew Bishop Nicholas very well. But Sister Nell was always one of the nicest people I'd ever met. She treated me like a little brother. I don't buy for a second that it was all just an act.
Indeed, she and Chester sinned gravely, but they were not evil. They were only human. And humans make mistakes. It is man's great contradiction. We can be so strong, yet so weak at the same exact moment.
Good morning! Beautiful weather today, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. Perfect for setting out on a long journey. There's been a lot of damage done, but that sure doesn't seem to be ruining anyone's day. I think it's because we proved that no matter how bad things get, we'll all stick together and see them through.
That's true, but what are you guys gonna do about the quarry? Until it's cleaned up, it sure ain't gonna produce much.
Oh, don't worry, we'll be fine. We just have to take it one step at a time, and before you know it, it'll be done. After all, the people of Redmont are resilient. It'll take more than this to keep us down, am I right? You know it as well as I do, Doggy.
Damn straight.
So, you're leaving us already, are you, Adol? I've been doing a lot of thinking, and you know what I've concluded? Chester gave his life to save all of Felghana. I'm convinced that that was his goal from the very start. So rather than grieving for his death, I choose to celebrate what he accomplished in life. He will be remembered.
Mayor.
I think the best thing we can do right now is focus on getting everyone to work together to build a better Felghana. That's how I'll repay my debt to Chester. In any case, Adol, you must come back to see us again. And I promise, by the time you do, I'll have turned Redmont into a world-class metropolitan utopia.
Double check where it wants me.
I haven't seen Elena in several days. I know just how she feels, though. I was the same way when, well, you know.
No need to worry. She's got an iron will. Not even the worst pain in the world can break somebody like her. She'll bounce back for sure. All she needs right now is time. And then she'll be good as new.
Yes, I think you're right. But still, the sooner the better. I hate to see a sweet, lovely young lady like her in such agony.
Damn. Inn is cleared out.
Hi, Adol. Isn't it a bit early to be setting off? Are you sure we can't convince you to stay a little longer?
Come on now. You're gonna make him feel guilty about leaving.
Well, he'll be missed. It'll be lonely around here without him for sure. I know. Maybe you can stay here, and Dogi can go off on some grand adventure in your place.
Oh, ma'ams. Why you gotta bust my walls like that?
I'm just teasing. Adol, I sincerely hope I have a chance to see you again. You'll always be welcome in Redmont. And if you do come back, I'll make you one hell of a feast to celebrate.
So, Adol, you're leaving us then. We are all greatly in your debt. Thank you for everything you've done.
What about you, Master? What are you gonna do now? Planning to go back to your cabin up in the mountains?
No, now that Count Maguire has reformed, I see no further need to live the life of a hermit. And with the monsters gone, I'm left adrift in this world. A man without a purpose.
Oh, come now, Master. You're no such thing.
No, I am. My job here is done. All I'm qualified for is mercenary work, and that's out of the question. Honestly, I think I'm just going to relax now. Relax and mourn the loss of a dear pupil, of course. I see it as retirement. Living out the rest of my days here, helping to rebuild. I actually look forward to it.
Got anyone up here? It doesn't look like it. Let's hit up Adonis. Might as well try at her house like one more time.
Ah, good morning, Adol. Awfully early start today. You going somewhere? Oh, so you're leaving. It's probably bad form to be asking you this now, but have you considered staying here with us? Everyone in town already thinks of you as one of their own. I'm sure they'd all be thrilled.
You're wasting your breath, old man. He wouldn't know what to do with himself if there were no more grand adventures in his life. The thrill of new lands is what keeps him going.
Yes, I believe I understand. I think we've just grown attached to you, Adol, but you needn't mind us. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, after all. Take care in your travels, and be sure you come visit.
Well, Adol, I guess this is goodbye. If I go with you all the way to the dock, I know I won't be able to keep myself from getting on that boat. But like I mentioned yesterday, I think I really need to stay here and help rebuild. The monsters are gone, but the quarry's still in bad shape, and there's a lot of damage to repair. Don't think we should leave Valestein Castle in its current state either. So I'm gonna stay here for a bit, and help my homeland get back on its feet. I think that's what Chester would have wanted too. You, though, you need to continue your journey, and give everyone something to dream about. No need for the puppy dog eyes, man. If you stay in one place long enough, you know I'll catch up to you. We'll meet again, partner. I promise you that.
Adol was reassured and bid Dogi a fond, albeit temporary, farewell.
Oh, damn. I'm almost like half expecting this to be a bit. I'm like, I don't know the timeline well enough to know which games he isn't present for, but
You're right, Chester. I have to be brave.
Helena?
Dogi, where's Adol?
You just missed him. He was headed toward the pier, so you might catch up with him if you run.
Okay,
Hey, watch your step along the way if you're planning to chase after him. The monsters may be gone, but that doesn't mean there aren't still cliffs and jagged rocks and stuff.
I will. Thank you, Dogi.
Go for it, Helena.
Adol, wait! Thank goodness, I caught you. Adol, I'm sorry I didn't come out to see you earlier. I owe you so much. The very least I can do is see you off. I just didn't know what to say to you. I'm so confused. But I knew that I'd always regret it if I let you leave without saying goodbye. So I had to see you. I just want to say thank you so much for everything. Because of you, I believe that Chester's finally at peace. And in the end, he saved everyone. All of Felghana. He told me I have to go on living. And I will. I believe he had no regrets. Thinking about him still hurts. But I believe that everything he did, misguided though it may have been, was to protect me, and all the other people he loved here. That's why I have to be strong. I have to stand on my own. So I can protect the people and the home I love. just like he did. And I swear that I will. Right here, on this spot, I pledge my oath to him. There's so much more I wanted to say to you, but I'll have another opportunity to say it, eventually. You'll be back. I just know you will. And once I fulfilled my oath, I hope to see you again and tell you all about it.
Adol nodded firmly.
I'll be looking forward to that day. Goodbye, Adol. I'm really glad I met you.
We did it, chat. Holy shit, we did it. Another Ys game on the pile. This was really good. Like, really strong. I can definitely see why people consider this their favorite game in the series. Like, generally, I always hear, like, 8, Origin, this. I've heard people speak really good things on 10. And from what I've played of it so far, I'm really happy with it. I think this might be the game that sort of... I don't know if it fully sells me on the trailsification argument that some people make about post 8 Ys being much more text heavy and like side quest heavy compared to these games, like specifically the Napish Dimension games. Because these are so much more streamlined and like arcadey compared to those. And it's tough, right? Because I can't say for certain how much of it is like... I can't say for certain how much of it is them shifting focus because they wanted to like tie in elements from their other games and make them sort of a gateway into Falcom as a whole, which is sort of the mindset I've had for a while when looking at post 8 Ys. Or how much of it is just like they consider post 8 Ys, like the direction they've taken the series, to just be like the natural evolution, right? Like this style of game that they did across the PSP and PS2. It's hard to tell how much of it is... It's just hard to tell how much of it is changed for the sake of, like, evolving the series, and how much of it is for... Oh, they fit on the map. That's cool. And how much, you know... I had the words for this. But just the matter of, like, how far... Whether it's a matter of the series evolving naturally, or if they changed it deliberately to adapt to their other series. Oh, and there's the sword. God damn, dude. If it'll let me sit here for a bit, I might just talk for a little. So oh, Jesus. I keep forgetting that there's that divider underneath the table. And I always try to stretch my legs and I always bang into it. Here, I am gonna mute for a sec to stretch. Okay. I think the other angle to talk about too, at least from my experience with the games, is whether or not I like this game more than Origin, which is a little difficult to argue because I technically haven't fully beaten Origin. But the fact that you get, like, the full experience from a single playthrough of Felghana, whereas with Origin you have to play it, I think on PC at least twice, and then on console all 3 times, it feels a little off to me. Especially since I know that, like, the majority of the structure, at least across the first 2 playthroughs, should just be the same. Like, the difference between Unica and Hugo's playthroughs feels so minimal from what I've experienced. Even down to, like, the abilities, which, like, the third of which doesn't even... I mean, I guess it can make sense in a way, but, like, it feels a little heavy-handed how you acquire that third ability, whereas it makes a lot more thematic sense with Unica. But again, just the fact that, like, you have to play through that game 3 times at all, and the first 2 times, like, to my understanding, aren't even, like, canon. Like, some of the background knowledge in it might be canon, but, like, the actual ending, like, the way that game ends is based off of the third route. So it's ultimately like you're playing 1 or 2 lore routes, and then getting the actual route where all of the real shit happens. That, like, bridges into Ys 1 and 2. So I don't know. One aspect, though, that I think, I would have to fully replay Origin to judge properly, but based on my experience with this, and even, like, replaying an entire chunk of Origin last night, sort of in preparation for this, there's a lot heavier emphasis on, like, platforming in Felghana compared to Origin. I mean, I think back as far as, like, it's not the mines. Or I guess it technically is. It's like the dark sealed off cavern section of the caves where you meet the, like, the Genos, like, mural. Where you get your, double jump and, like, super boost. But it's like, both games share about the same general combat feel, which is kind of to be expected. Like, Felghana, Adol, and Unica control very similarly, barring the fact that the bracelets work differently. But I don't know. Like, I don't think the structure of an individual playthrough, like if you're just comparing the gameplay structure of Unica's route and Felghana, are fairly similar. One is obviously going for a more classic dungeon crawlery type structure since it's all set in the tower, whereas this is like almost a more traditional like Metroid or Zelda-esque layout like the rest of the Ys games are, because Origin is obviously very odd in that respect. And I don't know, maybe the third playthrough for Origin will turn me around on it. It's kind of making me want to play Origin on stream next. And it'll be fairly short too, so I could probably fit it. Well, it depends on what happens with Grace's F. I'm not entirely convinced it'll be in my Walmart if I can get to my Walmart, if it hasn't, like, snowed me out by that point. But if I can get a hold of a physical copy of Grace's F without much headache on release day, then I want to play that, but I would really like to finally sit down and, like, get all of the routes for Origin done so I could have a really solid opinion on that. Because even now, the Falcom video I'm working on is based on my knowledge of having only played that game fully as Unica and, like, halfway as Hugo. But I don't know. I still think this game is fucking fantastic. Like, just to be clear, this is probably I mean, given the games I've played, because I basically only played 4 of them, even with only 1 playthrough's worth of knowledge in Origin, I can pretty confidently say that the top 3 is yeah, I think for me as it stands right now, my top 3 would probably go, like, 8 Felghana, Origin. So I'll be curious if the other routes in Origin, or like the true route in Origin, turns me around on that game enough to maybe put it over Felghana, but I somehow doubt that. Like, I find in general that just the core cast that Felghana has is, I mean, it's not super strong. You don't spend a lot of time with them. But you spend just enough to get attached to, like, some of the village, and, like, the dynamic of Chester and Elena is really nice. Dogi is great in this game. He's way funnier than any other game I've, like, played/seen. There's a lot more voice work in this game, too. I get the impression from, like, the delivery and direction on a lot of it that this game, like, I imagine basically all of its voice work, minus some of the stuff with Adol, was in the original, and it kind of shows. Like, the direction on some characters is a little goofy as shit. But then you have characters like Chester that just fucking kill it. It's unbelievably strong performance. Like, even in that final section, where I had an idea of where things were headed. Like, I had a sneaking suspicion that this was probably going to end with Chester sacrificing himself or dying or something to that effect. I was almost afraid that it was going to be in reverse and Elena was actually going to die. So. But even, like, knowing that, it's still, especially Chester's performance, really hit home for me. And in general, like, not to slight Elena or anything, but, like, out of the cast, Chester, I think, was really the highlight for me. Like, his performance, the fact that he is, like, your main rival fight throughout the games. Which is another one of those things that, like, post 8Es just doesn't do. Because of, like, the shift to party system. What else? Is there anything else I'm, like, blanking on? The music is fantastic. The music fucks. This might be a contender alongside 8 for, like, out of the soundtracks for Ys I've heard, this is probably in my top 2 with 8. Like, I would have to replay 8 or, like, hear a lot more of its music to be reminded, because I still think 8's OST is really strong, but, like, you basically gave me an entire soundtrack of nothing but Jindo arrangements, which is, like, objectively better than Sex. So, like, I don't know, man. Like, this could very well be my favorite Ys soundtrack. If I had, like, if I really had the time to think on it. This was really good, though. Like, the general progression felt really strong. I knew it was the hardest game in the series going in, but I was not entirely prepared for how hard it was going to hurt me at points. Which is funny, because, like, we get towards the end game, and, like, I understood from Origin that this style of Ys game, like, I don't know if Ark of Napishtim is as strict about this, but, like, the difference between one level and the next and having your gear upgraded even slightly can make a world of difference of whether or not a fight is, like, trivial or hell. Like, I think, if anything, for how much a lot of the bosses engaged me all throughout, like, I found the trek through Valestein Castle to be fairly challenging. Especially the initial, like, Guardian, or, like, mini-boss, whatever you want to call it. That kicked my shit in. And even, like, the dog, like, learning to, like, actively parry attacks with the shield tackle felt really good. But I don't know, like, I have to assume that I just, like, over-leveled for safety, because going in with maxed out gear and the level that I was at, it was, like, basically nothing could hurt me. Like, I think I was down to half health against both Garland and Galbalan, and it was, like, in any other fight in this game, like, I guess just playing on pace, like, I'd have been dead. So, I don't know if I can say that's disappointing, because, like, the final... Maybe for Garland, it was a little disappointing, because it really did feel like I just mulched him. Once I knew, like, okay, fling fireballs, stay away so that the lightning doesn't shock the shit out of you. But, like, basically none of his attacks did any real damage to me until, like, the mandatory one that, like, I didn't dodge. And I would almost say the same for Galbalan, but, like, some of the stuff the Galbalan fight does is really cool. Like, it plays as much into the platforming element of Felghana's combat, which, again, I really like. The perspective makes it a little iffy, but, like, it is what it is. It's still really cool. The energy ball, like, the fucking tennis game with the energy balls and, like, having to prioritize bouncing them back on top of dodging other stuff on the ground was like so cool. Like the moment, at first I thought I was just meant to dodge them, and then the moment it occurred to me like, oh no, this is what we're doing, I was like, oh no, this fucks. This absolutely, like, up to that point I was maybe a little concerned that the fight was going to go by without any real resistance, but that was the point at which I was like, okay, no. And the fact that, like, they drain you of magic, too. So it's like, you're used to having all of these tools throughout the game, and you still get an opportunity to use them throughout the first phase for the most part. But they're not afraid to, like... They're not afraid to make you uncomfortable, they're not afraid to take those tools away and make you think on your feet. Which I'm a really big fan of. I don't remember nearly as many fights in Origin feeling that engaging and like actively asking you to look at your tool set and use it in different ways as the game goes on. And I just think that's really cool. I think at the moment that's what puts it over Origin for me, more than like the platforming, more than it being more traditional Ys-like than Origin. It is one of those rare instances where I'm like, yeah, this game feels really hard, but like, it doesn't feel like hard in an unfair or like overbearing sort of way. And I appreciate that a lot. Because normally that kind of first time difficulty spike can make or break some experiences for me as to whether or not I want to replay certain games, but I'm already amped to hop into the Switch version for a replay. So, I don't think I'll have that problem with this. But yeah, I think that's everything I have to say about Oath and Felghana. Again, this game fucking rules, man. What a great start to the year. I mean, it's technically a re-release, but like, fuck it, whatever. Like, the Switch 2 isn't out yet. There'll be plenty more opportunities to, you know, to blow my dick off and be amazed at what other new stuff is coming down the pipeline. Oh, filled out the entire monster log. Are we getting all the trophies now that we beat the game? Inferno, Time Attack, Memorial Illustrations. Game clear data may be loaded from the title screen to replay from the start with various added bonuses. Yeah, sure. I'm actually a little curious at what it means by bonuses. I kind of want to take a look at that. There's also Time Attack. That's cool. I don't think I'm gonna mess with that right now. That's something I'll probably do on my own time, but I do want to try and load this. Before commencing your next playthrough, select the bonus items you wish to begin the game with. More points to spend here. Oh, I see. Oh. Magic usage down. Gold Rovel. Expand cap. Status. I don't know what it means by status. I don't need the golden Rovel ore. I would kind of like to start with the dash. Like, having the extra movement stuff would be nice. I don't know what it means by status. I actually want to double check that before I commit to that. Thankfully, I still have the guide pulled up, so... Alright, new game plus bonuses. Start the game at the level, HP, strength, and defense you were at when you beat... Oh, that's what it means by status. God damn it. Alright. So if I take those off... Usage down, recovery up, boost recovery rate up. I have a feeling I'm going to regret not having the dash from the start, but we'll deal.
Do you know the name Adol Christin? Ah, Adol Christin.
Then let's... I do not intend to start a full second playthrough, but I would like to...
You're facing me!
Oh yeah, just fucking mulch them. Yeah, come on, give me my other tutorial. And now, because I have the double boost... Oh, that's funny.
Excuse me.
Mashing options like I've never mashed before. Oop, too fast, okay. What the fuck were we meant to do here? It was you. You. I imagine the mayor, probably. Or no, the mayor is out. That's right. And I imagine the church. Wait, it hasn't been that long since the start of the game. And there we go.
Consider it.
Give me my map.
You should also make...
Or that I don't need right now. I can feel the difference in speed without the dash. It never looks that different to me, but it definitely feels different now that I don't have it. It's so funny being able to just come back through here and mulch everything. I almost figure I maybe should have started on a higher difficulty. Yeah, I might do these, actually, I already hit the save point. I can just go back to it later. Yeah, I'll probably end up doing the New Game Plus runs on my own time. Oh, shit. Alright, well, last but not least, to kinda combat a little bit how short this stream is compared to how long they usually are. Let me move the keyboard out of the way. No, I don't need a wavelength. So, I did say that we weren't just beating the game tonight. Because finally, ironically enough, on the day I beat the game, I got the Switch Day 1 edition in. Day 1 edition. Oh, and as I said earlier, disregard my son in the chat. He's having a good time. So, I already got the plastic off this earlier, because I almost considered opening this on my own, and then it occurred to me, like, fuck, wait a minute, I should probably save this. So, I could not tell you if the game case is in here the way that Xseed intended. I didn't really look around the rest of the box, though. You've got, like, the extended art of Adol, Elena, and Chester. Got, like, the classic chibi, if I can get it to focus, fuck me. It's because of the game case, isn't it? Yeah, it is. There you go. Little, like, classic chibi Adol. And then all the stuff on the back. This half just being the same stuff that's on the back of the game case. And then all the stuff with the Day 1 edition. So we get into the game itself. I really like the box art for this a lot. Which, like, I guess as evidenced by the fact that it's what I used for the chat. all the damn plastic off. See, I'm kind of starting to run into the problem now for my main, like, shelf of Falcom games that I'm running out of room. Admittedly, part of that is just due to how much of them are fucking PS4 and 5 games. Oh, that's really nice. So you have like a little adventurer's guide, which I imagine is the... Yeah, it's kind of like like a manual of sorts. And has a whole like little prologue included. "2 years since the events in the land of Ys." Oh. I wasn't entirely sure that I knew how long this was after the first 2 games. So it's cool because they have like the new art, like the new art style for Memoire on the front, and then they have the older art style from like the PSP. If it wasn't for all of this shit on the back, I might have almost considered reversing one of these covers for once. And you got the game cart, assuming it'll focus. That's what I get for having the box in the background. There we go. Just had to get super close with it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna load it up just to get a feel for if it suffers performance-wise at all compared to the PS5 one, which I can't imagine it would, but... I'm at least a little curious. I have seen Origin dip a little bit whenever there's a lot of, like, collectibles on the ground. Now we get into the rest of this shit. Now, I am admittedly a little reticent to open this, because I have not opened the one that came with Celceta that Exceed did. This is really pretty. It's like it's like Elena in Chester's kind of like knight outfit. So it's JDK Special, Zanmai. It really is just like a whole collection of tracks for this, huh? I imagine the track list is on the inside, you bastards. Alright, forgive me, Father, for I hath sinned. Trying to keep the rattling from the table to a bare minimum. A lot of the underbelly of this table isn't, like, super great. It's a little difficult for me to tell just how much of it is picked up by the mic. We open that and, God, the purple looks so good. So what do we have on here? Prelude to the Adventure. Boys Got Wings. Omen Sticks. I don't know which one Chop is. The problem with some of these is, like, I've technically seen the track list before when getting the tracks for, like, for videos. But sometimes the translation on them tends to look a little different, so some of them don't sound quite right to me. Valstein Castle, descendant of Genos, or Genos. I assume strongest enemy is for the Galbalan fight. Oh, and it even specifies, like, which version it is. So a lot of these, the 2010 ones, I assume are for the PSP release. So then you have, like, some of the Zanmai versions, like Strongest Enemy, Omen Sticks again. This is really cool. They even have the lyrics for one of the songs written in here, which is cool. I'm a sucker for whenever they do shit like this in, like, day one or collector's editions. Then here, I believe this is the chain for the Chester acrylic standee. Because it's technically supposed to be more of, like, a keychain, but I think it has a space for it on the... I think it has a space for him on the stand, too, which I probably prefer. A little, like, microfiber cloth with Elena and a Picard. It's really pretty. I don't see myself opening this. I think I'm gonna keep this in here. Then we have the art cards that I continue to not get frames for, even though I should. I really need to get on getting those, like, the dimensions for the CS3 and 4 ones. This is really nice, though. This is, from what I had seen, this was one of the PSP backgrounds. And I'm like, at some point I would like to do a dedicated video on Felghana. And that art is what I ended up using for the thumbnail, or at least the first crack at a thumbnail for it. But I'm not sure if the resolution on it is quite where I want it to be. But out of all the art I've seen of the game, just, like, irrespective of this collection, this is probably my favorite of the bunch, with Elena holding the Genos sword. It's like Catgirl made Elena. Oh, I do recognize this one. This is more in, like, it's like along the lines of the more classic art style. Then you have the older one. I think it's just the 4. Yeah, this is... I really like the look of this one, but, like, I am very, very biased towards this one. I think these might finally get me to crack and, like, get the dimensions for picture frames and finally start displaying some of these and hang them up. If I can get them back in here, I'm gonna have to shift it away from the camera. Those are really nice. I get God. I love this art to death. And lastly, if I can, might have to flip the box a little. Well, if it would come out, because all that's left is the acrylic set, which is why I'd like to be a little careful. But it's like, I struggle to argue if it's like stuck at the bottom, but it's certainly erring close to that. Yes, come on, be free. Yeah, okay. There we go. We're gonna set the box to the side. Obviously, keeping the damn box. I'm not that much of a savage. So we kind of have, like, the stand, and then we have the, like, chibi classic art for, Adol, Elena, and Chester. So let's see if we can't get these freed from their shackles. I've never actually... Oh god, that's certainly a smell. Sort of looks like the back of this is nicked a little bit. I sort of noticed that from a different opening I had seen done on these. Okay. Yeah, it seems like it's currently just set up for... It's currently just set up for Elena and Adol. Yeah, I can't tell how much of this is, like, genuine scratching on it. Or what? That's a little concerning. Like, you can kind of see if I can't catch it in the light. Like, it's not entirely all together, which I'm a little annoyed by. Okay, there we go. So we have that. Yeah, it's just like a bunch of stray scratches across. Like, I've never really owned these kind of, like, standees before. But I'm like, I have to assume that's not the norm for them. Like, this... I mean, I guess to my credit, I've owned acrylic, like, necklace... Like, I own acrylic necklaces. But I don't know if I was expecting them to be this fucked up. Especially after having to wait extra for them. I mean, to be fair, it's not as if they had, like, a regular Day 1 edition to buy. But, like... I don't know, man. I mean, I'll still display them, obviously. Like, I still think they look good. It's just, like... I would have hoped they'd have come in a little better shape. Okay. Then there's the stand. Then lastly, have to get the little extra dips out. Say, not that there's much point to, but I'll probably still leave the, like, frame that all of the acrylics came in the case along with everything else. You know, technically keep it as complete as it can possibly be, I guess. So we'll set that to the side. So then, I imagine the way this goes is the nameplate for the game there. Imagine that's what slots in place there. Again, just trying to be as careful as I possibly can. There we go. Again, like, conceptually, I really like this. Like, if it's all together. And I imagine this one is Elena's. Oh yeah, no, so they actually have the, like... They have the keychain ring on all 3 of them, so you can technically choose. Then I imagine, for how wide the damn thing is, this one is Chester's. In a little too far for my liking. I'd like to see if we can't wiggle that up a little. Okay, it's still in there a little more than I'd like, but it still seems like it'll sit fine, so... Test it on a... Yeah, okay. And then lastly, I maybe should have put Adults in first. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, kind of. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay. I'm only dumb. Good to know. So, apparently, there is a layer on top of these. And that's what's scratched, not the... You know, truth be told, I vaguely remember the Noisy Pixel unboxing mentioning something to that effect, but I wasn't... Instructions were not entirely clear. Okay, never mind. I'm only dumb. That might also contribute to why they were such a pain in the ass to get in and out. They all had the cover, but that layer is so thin. Like, I have, not entirely, but I have well-defined enough fingernails that, and even then, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get them off. Okay. Oh, those look so much better with that off, actually. Get that turned around. Come on, please. Focus on Elena. Yeah, that looks so much better now. God, I'm dumb. Holy shit. There's the one for Chester, if it'll do me the honor. Yeah, it's close enough. Yeah, holy shit. I was like, why is it all scratched up like this? That's really fucked up. I was feeling a little bad about that. But it's like, no, they're not scratched up. It's the fucking protective layer on top. Dumbass. Yeah, shit. I mean, the other two kind of benefited a bit from me brute forcing it a little. It's like I have to really fight even with my nails to get them off. Then there's Adol. Please, I beg of you. There's those three. We got the stand taken care of. Oh, it just dawned on me then that the bits of this I took out also had the cover on them when they came out. That's very funny. Yeah, I have to assume that they do a similar thing for the NIS America ones as well. Because I had been eyeballing some of the acrylic stands they have on there. And the keychains. Like, especially, there's a Daybreak 2 Onyas one that I'm really looking forward to. Brother, where the fuck? What do you want from me? Oh, almost had it. Yes, be free from your shackles. I can't believe it took me that long to realize. I'm like, I'd even watched someone else do it and run into a similar issue. Dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Oh, it's even like... Yeah, I can feel it's like slight, like, folding on the back, which is nice. Alright. So we have the back. I was at least correct about Elena. About her placement. Okay. So I think I might have fucked up the placement on Chester and Adol. I should actually double check the back of the box just to make sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so Chester goes there. Not quite in. Yeah, about like that. And then Adol goes in front. Let me set this down. So close to the finish line, I don't want to fuck something up now. Raise him just a little bit. Ha. There we go. That's very nice. Oh, and it even focused. How nice of it. Yeah, that looks really nice. I'm super happy with that now. Now that I'm not a dumbass. That's so pretty. That's definitely going on the shelf once this is done. Okay, so, me not having a functioning brain notwithstanding. Oh, and I guess the chain will just stay in the box. I'm not gonna use these as keychains. It's like, it's one thing if it's like a necklace that's like right around my neck and I know where it is at all times. But like something like a keychain that's even on a bag, I just don't feel comfortable. Like it is going to get damaged. Get the rest of this put back in the box. Slide the cloth there, actually. You know, actually what I should do, I should put the chain in with the acrylic since I'm not using it. There we go. So then we go, oh, and then I have to get this out of the way with one hand so I can... Alright. So we get that in there. And I am going to leave the soundtrack on top. Okay, but yeah, I'd say that was worth the wait, if only for like the game and like the acrylic. Like I like collecting physical soundtracks, but I don't end up actively using them. Like I try to preserve them to the best of my ability. Oh, God. Alright. Well, with that being said, I think we're gonna call it for the night. I didn't really have much else planned beyond finishing up Felghana and getting this open, so... probably gonna grab dinner or something, and then get back to work on the larger Falcom video. As far as streams are concerned, the only things I really have planned for the time being are... I want to play Grace's F, Tales of Grace's F, provided I can get my hands on a physical soon enough. You know, once the remaster drops. We technically have 2 other stream playthroughs that I need to, like, keep up on. The Dark Cloud 2 one is going to be a lot longer, but the Astrobot one I could knock out in, like, one other largest-ish stream. But I do want to keep up with the Dark Cloud 2 one. I don't want to let that one rot, but it's just like... It feels like, even just in the initial few months, there's so much shit coming out. And that compounded with what we don't know is coming out yet it's a scary prospect. It'd keep me very busy on current stuff to stream. So, we'll have to see. I also want to do another remote fight stream at some point. Like, I have this set up, and I haven't played as much Vanguard in general recently. But, so I want to hop on that again. So, again, prioritizing Grace's F remastered. I might end up using the stream as an excuse to finally sit down and play through the rest of the routes for Ys Origin, so I can say that I have fully beaten that game and see if it moves the needle for me at all between it and Felghana, but we'll have to see. So, with that being said, I want to thank you all for coming out to the stream, coming out for watching, and listen to me ramble and jam buttons in silence. And I will catch you guys next time. I never know how to end these. Goodbye. I'm gonna go grab mac and cheese.